Welcome to Miss.sheeena's world. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Please normalize posting more realistic content. We got so many people out here believing fairy tales and dreams from influencers that is crazy. For an example, the soft life. I absolutely 1000% want a soft life. But I want a realistic one. One that I can obtain today, not in 5 years. So for me, that's more like a mindset. That's what can I do right now to obtain happiness and peace. For me, a soft life is going to be me going to work, paying my bills, getting to a better place in life where I don't have to work as hard. I want to be able to build my own bag. I want my kids to be comfortable. I want my surroundings to be comfortable. I want my mindset to be at peace. And I don't let anything affect it. When I post stuff on here, let me get a negative comment. Y'all think I'm a wrinkle on somebody who I don't even know? Absolutely not. What I'm going to do is I'm going to block them. And I'm going to keep it moving. I just posted a realistic soft life on YouTube on Mother's Day. And you know what it consisted of? Me going to Burlington, getting a candle, getting a cute little blanket, me shopping on a budget, because that's reality. I still got bills and stuff to pay. I'm not spending all my money on this unbelievable, unrealistic soft life that people put out on social media. That's insane. Y'all just look to realistic content creators so y'all can actually find somebody that's not tell you about leveling up, but show you how to do it realistically.
Something I had to learn on my healing journey was that a soft life isn't about aesthetics and, massages and shopping and, the whole lifestyle that they promote on social media. A soft life is when your nervous system is regulated. And that means when you feel safe within your own body, when you're not engaging in things that pull you out of femininity. Because when you're in survival mode, you are operating from a place that's dysregulated. So you're either rushing, you're panicking, you're overthinking, you're making impulsive decisions. You're probably involved with people who have you on emotional roller coasters. You're probably stuck in toxic cycles, repeating toxic, having toxic behaviors, being with people who are toxic, things like that. Like, a soft life is when your internal is truly at rest. And me just saying rest is a part of having a soft life. Like, when you're still stuck in survival mode, you deem rest to be you being lazy because social media promotes, hustle culture and always getting it and always being on the grind. But a soft life requires you to rest. And when you start to cultivate a soft life, a soft nervous system, a rested nervous system, you will move from a soft place. Like I said, you're not going to be rushing. You're going to have slow mornings. You can have slow days. It's just like nothing is in a panic and in a hurry. And I don't think people realize how important it is to have a regulated nervous system. Because when you don't, everything that you do is stemmed from a dysregulated one with all the symptoms that I named. And you could dress it up and, go shopping, post the champagne, post the Chanel bags, post the flowers, post the massages. That's not truly a soft life, because things are cool, but it doesn't truly mean you're living a soft life, because you could do all of those things for yourself, or you could have somebody doing those things for yourself. But if you have not cultivated your nervous system to be soft and to move from that, then those are just, things to make you feel good for the moment. Having a regulated nervous system is something that's for life. That means you'll be in alignment and you'll move from a place of softness and not a place from hardness and from intensity and from anxiousness and from anger and from, just masculinity traits. So it's cool to have the massages and get your toes done and all of that stuff, but that's just an external soft life. You always want to make sure your internal is matching. You want to make sure your internal is leading. That way, that could be your baseline throughout life. Because, like I said, although those things are nice, and yes, we want that, I still want my internal to be regulated. I don't want things just for the moment, because when you do get a massage and you do get those things, you feel soft. Like, you feel like you're coming down from having a stressful day, or just going through the motions, or things being hectic, whatever it is. But you don't want outside things to be the thing that gives you a soft life. You want to be able to maneuver through life from a soft place. No matter how hard and how rough it gets, like that's your baseline. So naturally, every single day will be soft for you. You wouldn't tie like your soft life to gifts, and that's what people be getting confused. They use the soft life as an aesthetic instead of using soft life as an identity first. And that's the whole thing that we need to be learning. We need to be learning how to reclaim our identity, our true identity, and not be basing our identity off of material things and external things. Because if you have to continue going through life being regulated from a person or from gifts or from outside sources, what do you do when those things aren't in reach and you have to keep, chasing that thing instead of cultivating it from within? Does that make sense? So the whole goal, like I said, is for your nervous system to be soft. Then everything else tends to follow that.
I don't prepare you for when you're living your soft life is your problems becoming so minute in the grand scheme of things that people literally cannot relate to your problems and therefore will not validate your pain. I'm not saying this as a flex. I'm not saying this to elicit sympathy, empathy, or anything like that. I'm just telling you facts because nobody told me that once I was done living in the gutter, living in the mud, eating mud bugs. If I thought people didn't feel sorry for me then, I for damn sure don't get any now. And the crazy part about it is you will literally be going through shit and be like, damn, like this feels awful. And it does feel awful. And then you'll go and tell somebody that you think is a good friend, a girlfriend, whatever, and then they'll say some stupid shit like, damn, I wish I had that problem. Excuse me, bitch. So I say all that to say, just prepare yourself that when you enter your soft life era, your soft girl era, be prepared to deal with that problem.
What I'm learning is that real soft life ain't yachts, bags, and brunches. It's peace. Everybody be online screaming soft life, but soft life ain't Dior candles and fake vacations for Instagram. Soft life is a quiet home. Soft life is healing. Soft life is saying no with your whole chest. Soft life is sleeping at night because you cut off the chaos. Luxury didn't save me. Peace did.
Having a soft life does not have to be about going to like some beautiful luxurious spa every week or having like a very expensive skincare routine or anything that really like cost any money. Or sometimes a soft life can be thought of as like, oh, I don't have any financial responsibilities, somebody takes care of me. All of those things, yes, that's soft life activity. But for me, it's like in the day to day things. So, like having like a nice, like robe, a nice, like silk or satin, like nightgown, having flowers in my house, and having like candles that smell great, and having like perfumes that I love, and having like these shower steamers that I got the other day that like just enhance the shower experience, or having like lotions that I love. Like it's all of like those small like everyday things that make you feel soft. Literally, physically, like mentally, all of those things. Like I love having a soft life in that way. Like I make my day-to-day life feel soft, if that makes sense.
I've realized the soft life actually has very little to do with luxury. Yeah, the trips, the pretty things are nice, but that's not what actually makes life feel soft. What actually makes life feel soft is being deeply considered. Walk with me. When I say deeply considered, I mean the people around you never stop studying you. They always want to learn more about what makes you happy and what makes you comfortable. They always follow through with you. They're always dependable with you. They always pick up when you call. They never leave you feeling anxious and confused about where you stand with them. Even after a hard conversation, they pay attention to you and they handle you with care because there's nothing soft about having to carry the entire emotional weight of a relationship by yourself, or having to decode energy and words, or having to overthink because things aren't clear or the truth isn't adding up. And essentially just asking for the bare minimum. Like, there's nothing soft about that type of life. It doesn't matter if you have all the bags, all the jewelry, all the trips in the world. If you are not being supported, you're not living a soft life. You might be living a materialistic life. You might be living a fashionable life. You're not living a soft life, though. The softer my life gets, the more I realize the softness actually comes from consistency, emotional safety, intentionality, and being around people who actually handle me with care. That's the real luxury.